Australia race number 11 for our Singapore viewers. It's a Group 3 WA Champion Filly Stakes, and we've got a classy field in front of us.
Yeah, we do. It's a really interesting race. I think the scratching of Perfect Reflection at the last minute has really added a huge level of interest in this race, because we have to assess where it's at versus the one Blackwood. Look, and she could not have been any more impressive last start.
It was a brilliant run, as you mentioned. Sat close to the speed, but still able to finish it off. Let's take a look at that victory now.
Now Warwick feels for her. Asked her to really extend now, but Showy Chloe's got a kick. Blackwood tries to go with it. 2 lengths behind them. Total Eclipse, Arcadia Dream. Showy Chloe nearing the 100. Blackwood there. The two fillies to fight it out. On the outside, Blackwood draws level now. Hits the lead, and Blackwood too good. Blackwood draws away to win.
And what was scary from that performance is the best part of that race was the last 50 metres. It just kept going and going, and up to the 1600 metres here has that advantage of having that 1400 metre run, which Perfect Reflection has not had. So it jumps from the 1200 to the 1600, and Blackwood just looks ready once again. It was a huge performance.
Well, let's take a look at some of the Cerise and White runners, because there's plenty of them. But the two that I think the betting will focus around, number 2, Perfect Reflection, and number 4, Arcadia Dream. And although Arcadia Dream ran in that 1400 metre race, I think we've almost go back to the 12 as well, because it came across hills. So how do you assess both of them with Blackwood?
I think you have to forgive Arcadia Dream. It still finished off that race really well. It just wasn't the right race for it to build the momentum, and when it checked off heels, the race was lost. The 2, Perfect Reflection, for those reasons I mentioned, it's all class. This is a star on the rise, no doubt about that. And the 6, Impassion, the 8 First Impressions, it's just, once again, if William Pike had chosen to ride them, well, then they'd be right in the market, wouldn't they?
Can we see a knockout? Can a Spirit Bird and Esperanza jump up and win this race?
Spirit Bird, probably not. I think it at its limit. The 5, Esperanza, maybe, but I'm thinking maybe wait till next week.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to seeing what you have for us there. Let's take a look at the selections. I'm going to be tipping number 1, Blackwood, from number 4, Arcadia Dream, number 2, Perfect Reflection, and number 6, Impassion.
I think that trifecta picks itself. I'm 1, Blackwood on top, from 2, Perfect Reflection, 4, Arcadia Dream, and the 5, Esperanza.
Race number 6 is Australia race number 13 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,000 metres, and David Harrison plays a pretty strong hand in this race again.
Yeah, he does. Look, 2, Mystic Maid. This thrust itself into the limelight as an absolute sprinter to follow last start. The sectional times were brilliant. And although Petite Charm failed midweek, I think it's the real deal.
Well, let's take a look at that run, because we can analyse Delicate Miss as well, which finished second in that run. It was a brilliant performance. We'll take a look at the victory now.
With Push and Shapes down on the inside, called upon and making a run at 3 votes. Then came Mystic Maid, Petite Charm. It's 3 votes in front, not for long. Push and Shapes driving up near the rail. Delicate Miss sticks on. Mystic Maid claiming them both though. It's Mystic Maid on the outside, racing up, goes to Delicate Miss and is too good.
Yeah, you were keen on this last start, Mystic Maid. It had come from the Belgravia and you tipped it on top, and it was a huge performance, but it was only when I ran the sectionals that this horse would have beaten a horse like Silverstream comfortably, and that is just a huge ringing endorsement for this 2, Mystic Maid, and it looks very hard to beat once again.
Can Delicate Miss turn the tables on the stable, mate?
Yeah, it could. Conditions have to be right, however. This is a sprinter, Delicate Miss, drawn a bit awkwardly. Conditions don't really appear to be suiting it. Look, that weather is hot and might be hard to make up ground.
Outside of those, the Cerise and White does look a horse that may be supported as per usual. William Pike takes a ride of Cool Image, a winner 2 starts ago, and then that Who Dat Singer form line, which I know you really like.
Yeah, probably want to see Kentucky Lasco a bit better midweek, but Cool Image was a really strong performance in that. Had its chance, but can only improve on that.
What about Neville Parnham? He's got a few gallopers in this race. Which one would you be leaning to out of those?
I think Theorise had no luck once again, was just held up for a good portion of that. We gave it a rough each way chance. I think you have to do that again.
Let's take a look at selections then. I'm going to be tipping number 2, Mystic Maid, from the stablemate, number 4, Delicate Miss, number 6, Cool Image, and as you mentioned, number 10, Theorise.
Same trifecta as you on, 2, Mystical Maid, from 4, Delicate Miss, number 6, Cool Image, and the 11, So Magic.
Race number 7 is Australia race number 15 for our Singapore viewers. It's a Group 3 event, the RJ Peters Stakes over the 1,500 metres. And I'm excited to see 2 horses go head-to-head in this race, and I speak of Hazabil and My Sister Lil.
They are coming from the Asian Beau form lines, which is certainly appearing the strongest at the moment. But the 3 Battle Hero is not without a chance as well. But we'll get to that, because the run of My Sister Lil, how good was that?
Attack the line strongly, and we'll take a look at that now.
Approach shaken up in front, leads Hazabil, then 2 lengths behind them, Real Love, My Sister Lil, Bass Straight, Belmont Girl, inside the 200, Hazabil now goes on the outside to join Dawn Approach, but Real Love's got them both within her sights, and so's My Sister Lil. Real Love had hit the front from My Sister Sister Lil, though, and it's a great victory first up. Back
I'm
with
going
a
to sound really bitter here, but you know I was keen on My Sister Lil, and it was a better run than Real Love for all money. It was outstanding, My Sister Lil, and look, it probably needs to win this to really guarantee itself to get a start in the Railway Stakes. But look, if it does, it is a huge chance of winning that race, but just has to get this done here.
Well, as you mentioned, My Sister Lil needs to win to try and ensure that Railway, but so does Hazabil.
Yeah, it does. Look, that would have been on the cards a long way out, Hazabil, the Railway. It just hasn't happened, really, has it? It hasn't really matched it with some of these best horses. It hasn't been disgraced by any stretch, but I think from a barrier here that is favourable, I think Hazabil gets its opportunity.
You mentioned number 3, Battle Hero, in the start of this race when we analysed it. Drops from 56.5 to 54.5. There's a few positives in this run.
I was up and down in terms of the class where it's at, but the weight got me in the end with Battle Hero. I really think it is well suited here. I don't know about you, but I think this is a 3-horse race.
There's 2 horses in this race that can flash home that are used to running distance. I speak of Ask Me Nicely and Operational. We've seen it before. They're both of them over that 14 to 1500 metres, just attack the line strongly. Can either of them run into the 4? Because I'm with you. I think it's a 3-horse race.
Look, I think it would be a huge effort. They have done some pretty good performances in the past, but I think their goal is probably the further distance races that are coming up soon.
Let's take a look at selections then. I'm going to be tipping number 7, My Sister Lil, from number 6, Hazabil, number 3, Battle Hero, and throwing in number 2, Ask Me Nicely.
I'm 6, Hazabil on top from 7, My Sister Lil, the 3, Battle Hero, and number 9, Responded.
Race number 8, it's Australia, race number 17 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1200 metres, and I think we almost finished on one of the most competitive races throughout the day.
Yeah, it's chaotic almost. There's so many good horses in this race, and the form lines are very hard to assess. A few horses we have to forgive, like the 3 Malibu Style, maybe the 11 Pro Express and the 4 Fulds Bet, but the performances of the 6 King of the Palace last start was excellent.
Well, ran home strongly that day, finished second, has a very good second up record as well. So let's take a look at that run now.
Top of the home straight though, Dreamlifter, led by 2 to Hobart Jones, called upon. Comanche Red, King of the Palace is coming down the outside with a pretty good run. Dreamlifter just in front, King of the Palace trying to run him down. Dreamlifter and King of the Palace have come together, but Dreamlifter kicks, King of the Palace comes again. They go to the line, Dreamlifter.
Yeah, drawn well to compete here, and it was a great run last start, but I cannot justify it, but I don't like it for some reason. I just can't get into it today.
Just gives you the wrong vibe?
Yeah, just the wrong vibe. I think just sometimes these horses can really pull me in, but you know, it's won 5 times from 15 starts. It's certainly a talented animal.
Tell us about Malibu Style and Falls Bet. You mentioned that Malibu Style has to be forgiven for that run. Again, at its best, this is a winnable option.
Yeah, I think it's the best horse in the race, isn't it? But last start, just every excuse in the book. The bar plate's come off now, so a lot of positives. Barrier is a bit tricky though, and there's a bit of speed in this race. They have a decision to make early.
We both really liked Hobart Jones the last time it went around. Lucy Warwick takes the ride.
Too much work last start, worked its way to the front. There was no position there for William Pike, but drawn well here with Lucy Warwick and Port will be getting a much better run.
Full Clip and Mississippian have gone head-to-head in recent times, and Mississippian was able to run over the top. I think he gets advantage again here with the extra 100 metres.
Yeah, look, I don't know about the 10 Mississippians. Another one I'm not really into. I think it might be actually a little bit exposed over the 1200 metres. The finish is very impressive, but once again, something not sitting right with me.
Tell us about number 12, Tudor Bolt, a winner last start at Bunbury. Jared Noski takes a ride, drawn nicely in barrier 6.
This is the money galloper. I really like Tudor Bolt.
We're going home with pockets full?
I hope so. Look, this horse has been caught 3 wide of 4 of its last 5 starts. Its best form lines are outstanding. I really think Tudor Bolt here is the one to beat. I really like its chances.
All right, give us your selections then.
It's on top from number 3, Malibu Style, the 5, Hobart Jones, and number 4, Fulls Bet.
I'm going to be tipping number 6 here, King of the Palace, from number 5, Hobart Jones, number 3, Malibu Style, and number 10, Mississippian. Well, that brings us to the end of another edition of Box Seat, so it's time now to take a look at the best bets, and I'm hoping that number 1's the lucky number. Race 2, number 1, Dart Musket, and race 5, number 1, Blackwood.
Yeah, I love both of those, but I'm going with it. Race 6, number 2, Mystic Maid, and race 8, number 12, Tudor Bolt.
The money horse, hopefully,
Yeah,
for our
absolutely.
Singapore punters. Hope you've enjoyed another edition of Box Seat, some cracking racing here in Perth, and we'll be back next week with more of the Box Seat.